we're going to get into the history of luck with dating. And I have a bunch of things to read about how people meet. But tell us why you wanted to get into this conversation or what piqued in your brain.
Yeah, okay. So it was maybe like a month ago over Valentine's Day. There was a lot of discourse on TikTok around the idea of like self-love when it comes to like meeting somebody. There was somebody who had posted a video talking about basically like being sick of partnered people telling single people, just love yourself more and then you'll meet somebody, when it's meant to happen. And it was like this whole big thing that went on for like several days around Valentine's Day. It probably comes up every year. But when that happened, it got me to thinking about just that whole exchange and about how people will often say that self-love is like the key to finding somebody or whatever. And I had a different perspective. My thought is meeting somebody often is luck. Self-love is how you keep somebody around and don't self-sabotage and fuck it up.
You know what else I want to add to that? Self-love, and what I've realized even within some of my friends. When you actually, as a woman, reach the point of peace, self-love, enjoy your space, enjoy your friends, the least likely you care about getting in a relationship at all. I've been talking to my friends a lot who are at the age, and a lot of my friends are older than me. They're all like 38 to 40. And for the most part, they've gotten so content with living alone, paying their own bills, and just being able to exist without all the drama that comes with, and maybe too, because they're dating and men suck. Let's be very clear. That they're like, damn,
so you gotta be
the longer that I'm finding enjoyable time with myself, the more I like just lighting my candles and watching the shows I like, the least desire I have, or the less desire I have to date or entertain anyone. And they're like, whoa, I didn't know actually enjoying being by myself was going to make me not give a fuck if I had a man or not. Like, that's been the conversation, is that once you're actually no longer seeking validation or waiting for a man to show up to bring whatever happiness is missing, the least likely you are to even put yourself out there to care to find someone else.
That's only easy, though, when you don't want kids. To me, when you don't have that hunger for children, you're not against the clock. And when you have that biological clock ticking of like, damn, I got to hurry this up, that's really what fucks it up.
I think that's the great thing about, I have 3 friends total now. 3 all have gone through IVF. So all 3 of them have eggs frozen, and another one is actually looking now for either potentially her ex-partner or looking through possibly finding a partner to inseminate to form embryos. And knowing what Ebony K just did, she was like, at 40, if I'm not married yet, I want to be a mom. I think what's amazing now is because we're women of wealth, status, creating our own like kind of lives for ourselves, I'm really enjoying seeing my friends navigate deciding to still have motherhood without partnership either.
Independence is good, but like even before I was about to freeze my eggs, there's a part of this conversation that's not, I don't want to be anti-feminist, but to know that it's so hard to meet men to have a great family dynamic with is kind of depressing.
It is.
Like,
it's disheartening for sure.
We can cheer on our friends and ourselves for that, but like, this shit sucks. I love that we can have autonomy to do that. And what Ebony did, especially at her age, is bomb. She was wasn't she engaged or something or dating someone and then was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. That's what made Ebony's story so great to me. But at 30 or 29, I was really about to freeze my eggs or freeze an embryo with my best friend. And I didn't want to have a fucking kid with my gay best friend. But at the same time, I felt that much pressure and that little of faith in love. So I think there's a few things that are happening with the self-love conversation. One, the desperation surrounding relationships is what makes them, to me, impossible to find. Too fucking desperate. We all have a friend that every time they go out, they're like, you know what I mean? Like, God damn, bitch, can we just drink? Shit. Like, I've felt that energy from a friend. And I was like, girl, you need to, this is just for us. Now, when that starts to happen, I really think men just become completely like repulsed by it. Like, I've seen All of my homeboys tell me like, yeah, bro, like we're on date 1, 2. Don't get me wrong. Fine to talk about the things you want in life. But like, are we in alignment? Like, bitch, chill. Do you know what movies he likes? Do you know any interests? Are you guys compatible? I think the other issue too with how men are carrying on relationships is that because of all the ethical non-monogamy talk, the polyamory, the more that we're on dating apps, it feels like you don't really need to pour into anyone anymore. And the more that you feel like that from the people that you date, the more you want to do this thing on your own. I don't really know how great it'll be when we're 60 and there's a bunch of kids that haven't met their dad or grew up with a single mom. Because a lot of my friends that are single moms aren't happy about it. I can maybe name one, if that. I don't really meet them.
No, that's why I don't want kids. The one thing I can control is not being a single mom.
Mm.
If I don't have kids.
Yeah.
If
That's
I
the
have
only
a
way to
kid,
guarantee that
there's
you won't be.
no way to guarantee it.
Yeah.
There's literally no way. And
I love you to death.
growing up in a single parent household and then also having so many friends that are single moms, probably the worst thing in the world. I'm sorry. Sorry for all the single moms out there. It's the most depressing role in life that I've been a product of, that I've witnessed, that I've partook in, and that now as an adult, I see it from an outside lens where my friends are calling me crying and they're doing it all alone. Or they're showing that since last November, they've gotten $100 from the baby daddy through a Cash App. You know what I mean? Or that their daughter has never met, going on 17 years old, never really even met the dad.
That's
like,
what kind of
it's just-
scary
it's-
about
yeah.
the
So sad.
freezing of the eggs and us getting so accepting of doing this alone. I really hope that like men encourage each other more. And I'm seeing a lot of content around it, but just celebrating being a family dynamic and unit. Like I saw this clip of Dr. Umar and he was like, I might have married one of my baby mamas if they just gave me more time. One of my daughter's mothers probably would have got a ring out of me if they just gave me more time, because marriage is such a big decision. And I'm like,
So is
But
that
a baby
ain't, but a baby ain't.
it was so crazy to watch because
Brother.
I really
Oh,
believe
fucking brother.
that's
What are we
why I
talking
think
about?
we need to start
Response.
encouraging
Oh.
marriage before kids.
Oh, I think we need to start encouraging vasectomies, but who am I?
All
what
of the
am
above.
I mean,
all of
period.
the above.
Period.
Okay, so with that conversation,
Yeah.
luck with meeting people. I wanted to
Yeah,
figure
meeting
out,
people is all luck. I think people make it sound like the minute you fully love yourself, somebody magically appears. And sure, when you are in a good space and you're putting out good energy, yes, that's
Good energy
helpful.
comes back.
It is
But
a little bit
so
of a
many
numbers game,
people,
Les.
it is absolutely a numbers game, because how many people do you know who are with somebody where it was like, oh, you loved yourself fully with this?
But right.
No, it's luck. It's being in the right place at the right time, swiping right at the right time. Like, it's all
Balance.
probability.
Being in the right bar at the right
Yeah,
time, having
meeting
the right
is
friend
probability.
around.
Staying together, that's what's different.
now
But
getting
meeting,
out there.
it's
A lot of
probability.
y'all, I'm talking to you, bitch, whoever you are. Every time you're in the house and you're like, oh, I'm such a good candidate to be a wife because I don't do anything. He don't care. Go outside, go with your girls, have fucking fun with your friends. And you don't have a community, you need to connect with one. Not having friends, not going out with those girls that are getting drinks on Fridays, like that's not cute. You better start having your own life. Because when you meet someone and you don't have your own life, they're gonna be like, damn, why is she on my ass all the time?
And
it's
if you settle down, you have kids, whatever, the amount of time that you're going to have for yourself to actually do what you want to do,
Girl,
it's
like
going to
this.
dwindle down. So you got to enjoy it while you have it.
yeah.
every time
because-
me and my man think we should go home, he goes, well, in 2 years, baby, you're gonna be pregnant, so we should stay out tonight. We be saying shit like that. And it's
Well,
genuinely my thought, even when I didn't have him in my life. I would make jokes to myself like, let me go out, girl, single and free. And something I have in No Holds Barred, a friend of mine, Rashida, I was crying to her at one of her birthday dinners because I was going through a breakup. And I was like, I feel so bad to be going through this. I'm so sad around you. She's like, why are you so sad? I was like, I can't believe I fucked up again. And she said, baby, this might be your last summer single. It might be. And you want to spend it in tears? And we've all been through that. I don't give a fuck what high horse you're on. Everybody has spent time they shouldn't have grieving a relationship.
Yep.
I'm telling you, if you don't pick it right back up, now you're really being unlucky. Okay, so let's talk about how people met.
Mm.
Now, in 1938, 20% of couples met through family, 20% met at school, and 20% met through friends. By 1999, 30% met through friends. 15% met through coworkers, and the rest were at bars.
Which makes sense. They just said that the millennial generation spent the most money in alcohol consumption. And
Believe it.
Gen Z, it's completely fell from there, but it's because they're all fucking eating Tide Pods and on drugs.
Now, 24
Business
years.
casual in the club wasn't cheap.
Business casual. I did with it. They was dressing like you, but they had a little mini skirt with
I
the
had,
black.
I had the peplum, so many peplum
Oh my
things.
God.
a mess, hun.
Now, 60% of couples in 2024, where do they meet?
Online. For
Thir-
sure.
Mhm.
It went from 30% of friends 20 years ago to 13%.
Mhm.
And you know what's crazy? When I meet couples that are in their 40s or 50s and I just start to talk to them, they always talk about either how they met out at a party
Yep.
or a friend introduced them. And I kind of wish that my friends were more open to this. I don't know how y'all feel, but I've been out recently and done this twice in the last year, seen someone fine and sent them my friend's Instagram. And my homegirls thought it was fucking crazy and weird. One of them went on like 5 dates with a guy, they were vibing. But I feel like we should be doing this more. I made a comment when you did a vanilla shit of the girl holding up the profile.
Yes,
And I was like,
and you
that's
hated
crazy. But now I'm doing it because I really feel like a lot of my friends are so discouraged because they're unlucky in love right now. And I'm just like, if you bitches ain't in the streets, I'm gonna go get them.